show you how fast I can go with this. Today we're going to take a look at Milwaukee's 23 gauge pin nailer. This is such a great tool to have. I use it all the time. I'm a carpenter. I think this thing is so handy. You can use this thing for baseboards, trim work, hardwoods. This compares to pneumatic nailers easily. I have some of the best pneumatic nailers out there, and this thing sinks nails just as well. So let's take a closer look at this. I'm going to compare it to the Milwaukee 18 gauge Brad nailer right here. We're going to see the difference in hole sizes. For starters, what is a 23 gauge pin? Let me show you. This is a headless nail. So if you look really close, there's no head on this whatsoever. And that's a big part of the reason why our holes are so small. Now this gun will shoot 1/2 inch to 1 3/8 in length. So the pneumatic nailers typically go up to 2 inches. That's really the biggest difference. But a lot of the times you don't need to be shooting 2-inch nails. So you slide these in a specific way. They have arrows stamped on them. And this just slides in here, just like that. Close it up. Now this gun does not come with a battery, so you're gonna have to buy a battery separately. On the back side, we have depth of adjustment right here. There's a little wheel that just turns, and that just moves the firing pin back and forth. We have an extra tip for the nose, and obviously it has a second tip right here. We got a belt clip on the side, which you can put on the right or the left. We have a power meter on the bottom here, and this is our safety switch. Now the big thing about these guns is as soon as you pull that safety switch and you press this trigger, a nail's gonna fire out. There is nothing at the front here that is a safety. It's all in the trigger. You gotta be real careful with these guns because you don't wanna have any misfires and you don't wanna accidentally shoot somebody. So let's take a look at how this thing works. You just pull the safety back with your middle finger. See the lights come on, and now I can shoot, and it puts a little tiny hole there. And I'll show you how fast I can go with this. Incredibly fast and incredibly small holes. So let's take a look at the 18 gauge pin nailer and see how the holes compare. Now each gun has its own purpose. This is more for heavier casing, and the safety is in the front as opposed to in the trigger. I'm gonna press this down. So 18 gauge and 23 gauge. Now you do have to be careful because you can get blowouts like this. This is the 18 gauge. That's because I was holding the gun in the wrong direction. Nails are typically a chisel point, so you want to hold it in this direction. So when it shoots in, it's going to go this way with the grain, like that. So if it goes into the grain, it's going to turn or turn this way. If I shoot this way, it might shoot out just like that. So that's just a little pro tip for you guys. But the 23 gauge pin nailer, I use this all the time, even for casing. As long as you're gluing your material, the nails are really just there to hold it while the glue dries. Now obviously that's different for a lot of different applications, but when you're doing trim work, you just can't beat this gun. I love it. Having these two together, you're gonna be unstoppable when it comes to the finishing game. All right guys, I hope the video was helpful. Until next time, keep on crushing it, and we'll catch you later.